ครับ Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. You're with me, Supajong Klinsuwan tonight. Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubamrung insists that General Nakamway, the current leader, is a major transnational drug dealer and insists that the general should cross the border to submit himself to Thai authorities. Meanwhile, police today confiscated 1.8 million speed pills and 15 kilograms of crystal meth in raids across Bangkok. Drug suppression police raided a house in Nawamin 111 near Bungkum district in Bangkok and found 920,000 methamphetamine pills hidden in the house, while 100,000 more were found in the car in front of the house. More than 1 million baht in cash was also confiscated. 2 men in the house were arrested, and they told investigators that they bought this house for the sole purpose of storing drugs. They claim a Burmese man by the name of Sai brings in loads of drugs through a wholesale fruit market or Talat Thai before the two redistribute to retail drug dealers. Money in 20 bank accounts in their names toppled 100 million baht. The anti-money laundering office will immediately freeze those assets. Meanwhile, in a coordinated raid in many districts, at least 680,000 speed pills and 15.8 kilograms of crystal meth were confiscated. A total of 1.8 million methamphetamine pills and 15 kilograms of crystal meth were found. Deputy Prime Minister Chalerm Yubamrung insists that General Nakamway, a leader of the Global Current Group or KAO, is a major international drug dealer, despite the general denying the Thai government's claims. General Nakamway, leader of the Go-To-Bloc Current Group or KAO, insists his hands are clean of drugs, and following the general's threat that Thais who cross the border may be in danger, officials along the border in Bkk province say locals should stay away from the border, and as this ethnic group is renowned for kidnapping for ransom. Despite the Northern Army battalions already being on red alert, the 4th Infantry is warning Thais not to go close to the border in Bkk province, as intelligence reports suggest that current soldiers are being deployed close to the Thai-Myanmar border. This, as well as the closure of 12 border passes, is retaliation by the KAO Current Group after General Nakamway was put on Thailand's list of top 25 most wanted drug dealers. 50-year-old Nakamway became a Karen nationalist fighter at the age of 15, starting as a corporal. He now has at least 2,000 men under his control, and his battalion is just across the border from Bkk province. He shot to fame when in 2010 he launched a raid against Burmese soldiers, resulting in a war which saw large members of Karen people flee to safety across the border into Thailand. The KAO say more pressure will be applied to the border if Thailand does not remove the general's name from the 25 most wanted drug dealers list. Thai authorities suggest locals should not cross the border and, if possible, stay away from the border areas where the KAO is based, as this ethnic group is renowned for kidnapping for ransom. Moving on to politics, as the 5-year ban on executives of the former Thai party expires this month, allowing 111 politicians to return to politics, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has not yet sent any signals of a big cabinet reshuffle. But some coalition partners are already planning to swap formerly banned politicians into ministerial posts. Despite the Prime Minister not yet indicating that there will be a cabinet reshuffle anytime soon, Sukumon Kunplim, Culture Minister, indicated that she is ready to resign to return the position to her husband, Sontaya Kunplim, one of the banned former executives of the Thai party, once the ban is lifted. She claims that as Sontaya is a former tourism and sports minister, he has broad experience working as the culture minister under the Palangchon banner. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Yongyut Wichaidit also insisted that the PM has not mentioned any possible cabinet reshuffles, but says that Jatuporn Prompan, per Thai party list MP and a core red shirt leader, deserves the Deputy Interior Minister position. While Jatuporn Prompan says that if he becomes a minister, he will not serve only the red shirt group. Warawat Pinyakul, Minister of the PM's office, points out that there are probably going to be a few new faces in a reshuffle 2 months from now, especially in filling positions which Deputy PMs are currently taking care of in dual roles. However, he insists the Charter Amendment is now the government's top priority. There are reports from within the Pheu Thai party that the government will reshuffle 5 to 7 positions in the cabinet at the end of June, and Jaturon Chai Sang, Pongthep Thep Kanchana, Warathep Ratanakon, and Suranan Wechachiwa, former executives of the Thai Rak Thai party, are already on the list of possible new cabinet members. The Democrat Party has established an inflation oppression center following its finding that soaring commodity prices have severely impacted consumers, especially in May, as parents have to resume shouldering school fees as well as the upward adjustments in energy and electricity prices. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Commerce assured the public that none of the products under its control will see price increases. The Democrat Party's Inflation Oppression Center will survey consumer price indices in all major provinces to assess the problem of the skyrocketing commodity prices, which are placing immense pressure on consumers' pockets. Following a survey on fresh food at Yingjaran Market in Sapan Mai, it was discovered that many commodity prices have risen sharply, such as the price of beef and pork at 125 baht per kilogram and size 3 and 4 eggs at 3 baht 30 stang each. The scorching hot weather that affects the growth of livestock and crops is contributing to higher commodity prices, which in turn reduces consumers' purchasing capacity for fresh food. Most merchants, however, say that this level of price is common during this period of the year, and prices will eventually fall following the arrival of the rainy season. Apirat Gosayotin, Democrat Shadow Minister of Commerce, admits that soaring commodity prices may very well aggravate parents' financial discomfort as schools reopen, because not only do they have to bear the burden of school fees, but also the higher energy and electricity costs. Therefore, Apirak believes that the government needs to set up clear policies for reducing production costs, including the cost of transportation. Meanwhile, the Commerce Ministry affirms that there will be no adjustments to the prices of commodities under the ministry's control. Products that are experiencing a surge in prices are mostly fruits and vegetables, which are affected by the hot season. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra yesterday also urged the Commerce Ministry to ensure that commodity prices are appropriate and stay in line with market mechanisms. Many major roads and highways running through the capital are in line for reconstruction after they were destroyed by the 2011 floods. September this year is the deadline for completion of the work. The Highway Department is warning Bangkokians and people living in provinces around Bangkok to avoid roads and highways scheduled to be repaired after they were damaged by the floods. Vipawadi Rangsit, Phonyotin, Suwintawong, Baromarachorani, and Phekasem are some of the major roads due for reconstruction. The Highway Department is responsible for 116 road renovation projects nationwide, using a 3 billion baht budget, and all work is scheduled to be finished before September this year. Thank you, Good Hugh. Today, 6 winning youth ambassadors from the Young Ambassadors of Virtue project have left for a 4-day study visit to Singapore after being chosen from over 2,000 participating schools in a year-long project. The Singapore ambassador to Thailand calls this a step towards building future relationships between Thailand and Singapore while helping to prepare the young Thais for the arrival of the ASEAN Economic Community in 3 years' time. Here's more from Kun Bandit Ket Bandit.
As an old Thai adage goes, the children of today are the adults of tomorrow. The Young Ambassadors of Virtue for the Strength of the Land project is an attempt to nurture and prepare our younger generation for the future challenges that await them, both internationally and domestically. This project was first launched in 2010 by the Young Ambassadors of Virtue Foundation, a non-partisan and non-profit organization amidst considerable rifts in Thai society. The project strives to instill a sense of national unity among children across the country and to teach them to appreciate and respect diverse perspectives and tolerate diversity. Beyond these virtues, the project also aims to broaden the students' horizons through overseas study trips. Over the year-long Young Ambassadors of Virtue project, 6 pairs of best performing students and teachers were chosen out of over 2,000 participated elementary and secondary schools nationwide for an inaugural 4-day study visit to Singapore from May 2nd to May 5th. Apinya Yod Ying Yong, one of the winners of the project, says that she is very excited about the experience and is looking forward to learn more about Singapore. During their stay, the young ambassadors of virtue will gain international exposure as they visit schools, museums, and other places of interest to learn about Singapore's education system, heritage, and culture. Their trip is believed to be the start of forging strong future bilateral relationships between Singapore and Thailand.
We are arranging for the young winners of the competition to go to Singapore, and we hope that in the process they will be exposed to experiences, they will learn things, and they will also develop good friendships with Singaporeans and with Singapore, and that will help us build the future relationship between Thailand and Singapore.
This youth ambassador study visit also came at an opportune moment as the ASEAN Economic Community becomes a reality in just 3 years. The trip will better equip Thai youth for the more integrated region that is about to arrive.
What we are doing is simply one extra effort to prepare our younger kids at the tender age of 10 to 13 and allow time to nurture their growth. And we believe that by then, when they grow up to be 20, another 10 years from now, they'll be more than ready to cope with anything that might come their way, within and without the AEC.
Singapore was selected as the project's first study trip because of its robust human resources development and extensive education system, regarded to be among the world's best. The Young Ambassadors of Virtue Foundation seeks to make this overseas study trip an annual event, so as to provide a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for less privileged students to gain global exposure, while, in turn, sharing the lessons learned with their peers. The first 6 pairs of students and teachers will lead an exhibition on what they have learned from their Singapore study visit at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on May 29th through the 31st. This is Bandit Gert Bandit, reporting for Thai PBS.
And that's all the time we have for tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. We'll see you again tomorrow night. I'm Subhajong Tin Sawan. Sawadee krap.